Here we go.
All right. What's up, guys? It's week 7 in the league. Time to talk some fantasy football. Hope you guys are having a good one. So this week we're going to do it about the same. Cody is pretty adamant about making a good video so we can post it on Facebook and more people can see what our league's all about. So we're going to try that out as long as Cody and me can hold down the profanity and the yelling. So here we go. I'm going to talk about Cody and Matt first. So Matt, on your team, the only person I really do like, and when I say the only person is because there's not much else to like, is Garcon. He's 6th in the league in targets. They're going to be behind against Dallas most of the game, if not the entire game. And I think he's due for a big game. I'm not guaranteeing he gets touchdowns, but in a PPR league, I think you could easily see a 20, 25-point game from him. And then a kicker, I wrote down get one because you're on a bye. And you kind of need, sadly, you need one of those to play fantasy football. I'm not a fan of them. I get it, but you got to go get one to be competitive. All right, that's all I got on yours, man. And I hate to say it, Cody, pick you to win again. And one of the reasons I do is because you got Marcus Mariota on your team against Cleveland.
Really?
Which I don't know if we've looked. I can't look. I didn't write down the statistic. I didn't have time. But I'm pretty sure if I looked it up, I think every quarterback that has played Cleveland has scored more than 25 points.
Really?
I want to say it's got to be close. It's got to be close.
I hope so.
And there's nothing I'm really not a fan of on your team. But like I said, if I had to pick one, it's Jerron Brown.
Jerron Brown?
Jerron Brown.
Okay.
Because he's a boomer bust kind of player. Like they have other people.
I'm playing John.
Oh, that's what
I have both.
That's what I was asking. Is it
I have
John
both. And honestly, I'm which one do you put in?
Yeah.
John.
Whichever one it is.
Sickle cell trait. I think I'm good with John Brown, but yeah,
whichever one it is, whichever Brown's in there, both of them are boomer bust players.
Yeah.
So it's kind of one of those things like, yeah, he could score a lot of points, or he could just throw up a goose egg, or nothing.
I agree that's the Cardinals receiver dilemma.
So that's my own thing on yours. Like I said, I predict you to win, and probably easily.
Okay. Yeah. So. Yeah. I was worried last week I won by 40.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rob.
Well, I predict you to win by 40.
Thanks, Rob. Okay, let's talk about your team, Rob. All right, anyways. We got Ken versus Rob in the matchup that I'm talking about. Ken, you have a depleted roster a little bit into the fact that you are actually playing 2 tight ends.
Which everyone knows is my cardinal sin.
We just think, yeah.
But, like I've tried to explain to Cody over here, the Buffalo tight end might as well be a wide receiver. I don't care if it is Nick O'Leary, big old white boy that he is.
Okay, yes. The big old white tight end, not trying to be racist or anything.
Phil Mickelson grandson.
He's a fine tight end, but I feel available. I have Ricardo Lewis, Nelson Aguilar, and Adam Humphries, in which all 3 would fit into that same slot as flex that would do better than him. Nick O'Leary, if you feel it, you feel it.
I feel it.
Jared Cook scored 16 fantasy points this week. I loved him. I dropped him this week. I'll tell you why later.
I will throw out though. I did commit one of my cardinal sins is picking someone up and then immediately dropping them because you had another idea. I did that with Nelson Aguilar.
Benny Fowler.
Well, I did that with Benny Fowler and Nelson Aguilar.
I'm okay to that. Rob, I honestly, you're going to win this week. Keep Demaryius Thomas in. Emmanuel Sanders not playing. Tom Brady, I hate him. Everyone in the world should know why. Because I'm a Falcons fan and Tom Brady's going to die.
Maybe.
I love him. He's the best. Tom Brady's not going to do anything. He's going to score 1.5 touchdowns. Anyways, moving on to our next matchup. Erica and Blake. I'm gonna talk first.
Okay.
It's weird because for you, Erica, Zach Ertz, like I've said in the past, he's a tight end that's going to score you over 10 points. And if you get that, take that. He's going to do that. I'm thinking 8 for 80 and a touchdown, which is absolutely fantastic. And, that's 22 points, roughish. But Wentz, if he gets, 252 touchdowns, that's not enough. I think Prescott's going to outplay him. So I would take Dak over Wentz. But I would definitely play Ertz. That's what you should do, Erica. Blake, your team is trash.
I love how you went from so that's what you should do.
Okay, one, I'm talking to my
Blake,
woman who I
that's
love
trash.
and is whooping your ass. So if you're worried about
That's great.
potty mouth, ASS, that's potty
great.
mouth. Anyways, Erica owns you, and she's gonna own you this week. But I'm gonna be nice about it. Blake, Gronk, unless he scores 40 points, you're gonna get owned. Anyways, good job taking Gronk. He is a tight end, and this week he's facing Atlanta and Charles Clay. I want to say, Charles Clay's good, but he's not that good. Charles Clay looked freaking fabulous against them. He's going to get you 30 points, and you're going to lose. How does that feel? Anyways, why you're going to lose. Last week I told you Andre Ellington was not worth 17 points. He did not deserve to touch the surface of a 17-point projection that my running backs were getting, a.k.a. my running backs were Zeke. My running backs were Le'Veon Bell. No, you don't deserve to touch that when your name is Andre Ellington. Andre Ellington is not bad, but he is a receiving back. And where receiving backs are complemented by a rushing back nicknamed All Day. All day!
All day.
All day! Adrian Peterson, you worry. And you should have worried. He told you not to worry. I told you to worry a little bit. I'm not going to shit on him for any reason. Potty mouth. Sorry.
Game script.
But now you know. Andre Ellington is projected 8 points. I like it. He's going to get 8 points. And you know what? You should play him. Why? Because your team is
Garbage. Okay, so now, Erica, I'm really probably just going to repeat what he just said. The only thing is, I don't need to tell you Ertz is awesome because he scores a touchdown every week. Gurley. Gurley's going to play the team against the team that Adrian Peterson, which we just discussed, went all day on. And so, sure, yeah, I like Gurley this week. I think that's an easy one. The Dak over Prescott thing, I agree with totally. I would definitely play Dak over Prescott. It's San Fran defense, which is bad. I keep an eye on Murray. Murray's question marked. So just, check that out.
Yep.
And then Devontae Adams, not a fan with Brett Hundley throwing to him. I don't see it yet. And the Saints defense, I mean, I know it's kind of arbitrary to say because I hate them, but they're looking better. And against a non-starter quarterback, I'd rather play Taylor Gabriel against New England.
Woo! I like it. Okay, I like the call.
And then Blake. So I like your Seattle. I like Russell Wilson. I like Seattle's defense. Seattle's defense is definitely going to score you some points outside of the Gronk possibility. And then, but there's nothing I can really change in your team. One, because Marshawn Lynch has already played. When I say he played and went in and hit a ref and then got kicked out, and he's going to be gone for a week. But so I don't really know what I would change, just other than
Nothing other than your
do something next week on the
sucks.
waiver wires. But Andre Ellington, let me just speak to that for a second. He got screwed out because of a game script he's made for when they're behind, which they had been for the past couple of weeks.
True.
Adrian, they got it was like 31-0 before you blinked an eye in that game, and so Adrian Peterson just got carry after carry after carry,
which I will mention later.
All right, so that's it. Let's go.
All right, so the next game I have Chris and Ethan, which I absolutely love this game because I'm interested in every player that's in it. One thing that I mentioned is AP and Darkwa. I said the name of a running back. Like, I didn't think anybody needed to pick up a running back because there's no running backs available. But the name that I said, if you were thinking about a running back, was Darkwa. I said that name. You can go back. There's proof of it. There's proof of it. I said AP and Darkwa. However, think about it. Okay, Chris has AP and Darkwa. And he's playing them this week. I absolutely freaking love it. Screw it. You fall down, you get back up again. Anyways, Chris has both of them. Okay. As I was making this video, I love AP. I still love AP. I will never not love AP until he retires because it's freaking all day. Anyways, Darkwa, you find one human being and with proof that said Darkwa's probably going to rush for 100 plus yards on 20 carries, and no one, absolutely no one, will agree with you. No one.
Which is why what do you call those?
Anomalies. Which anomalies? But I'm still intrigued by Darkwa. So for Chris, I'm still intrigued by him. But I personally would play Jason Witten over him because you have him in the flex. Your choice, I would play Witten just because I don't believe in that. But the person that I really don't like, dear QB, I have Brett Hundley and Trevor Siemian.
And
you should play either one of those. That's who I feel. I feel confident in both of those simply because Hundley has had a week. He did it before, and he's not going up against the Vikings. Period. So either one of those I like. I picked up Matt Stafford. Week 10 he goes up against Cleveland.
I was gonna do it, but I had the other people I had to pick up. Okay.
Sorry, Ethan. We
just forgot all about you.
Sorry, I don't want anyone talking shit about you, Ethan, because simply, Amari Cooper was $5,000 on DraftKings. You know how many people picked him at $5,000? 20%. So F all of them. However, last week I told you to play Martin over CJ Anderson, and it was a fantastic call out. I call it again. You should have Doug Martin in over CJ Anderson.
Again.
Yes, because the Doug Martin or CJ Anderson has two other running backs to compete with, named Jamal Charles and Devontae Booker, who's just a young dude that's going to take away carries. So I would definitely play Doug Martin again. But from now on, me and you, we both learn play Amari Cooper.
All right.
So
on that note, I'm gonna say Chris.
Sorry it took so long.
It's okay.
My bad.
Chris. New Orleans defense. I'm big on this week against Brett. Like I said, I don't like Brett Hundley. I feel like he's in for a couple interceptions here. So New Orleans defense, I'm a fan of. I also would change out Witten for Darkwa. Darkwa's week against Denver. The Giants winning against Denver. It's one of those weird NFL anomalies. I don't get it. I don't understand it. So I'm not expecting it to happen again.
Anomalies, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not expecting it to happen again.
That's 50-50 though.
So
Zeke ran for 5 yards. Darkwa ran for 505 yards.
And Paul Perkins, even though he is by far at least I think the third most talented back on that team. For some reason they like to use him. But McAdoo gave up his offensive play calling, so maybe, who knows? I'm not saying it's not possible. But I'd still play Witten against San Fran right there. So, and then Ethan, dude, it won't make sense when you look at the stats and stuff like this, but AJ Green, I'm a fan of. He's the only number one wide receiver that Pittsburgh is going to have played yet. They haven't played anybody. They haven't played any good wide receivers yet. Tyreek Hill was the closest they got. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And so I'm just, I think he actually has a big game. Everyone's all about Pittsburgh's defense, which I have them. I'm a fan.
They're good. They're randomly good this year because their offense blows, though. So I'm staying away from that.
So I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm expecting AJ to have one of his big games.
He could. I'm not going to deny it.
There's really not much I would change. I am going to throw myself under the bus here because I called out Amari Cooper just like 6 days early. 6 days early. Because I told you to play him last week.
You don't play me!
Oh. But, so I apologize for that. I apologize for that.
It sucks, but...
Because I knew he was due. I was off.
He was due.
He was due. All right.
Play him from now on. Honestly, in my
can't
mind,
You can't not.
I played Jarvis Landry over him. You played Jarvis Landry over him.
I mean, you can't not. I mean, I get it. Don't
It's
get me wrong.
It's hard. Jarvis Landry gets 10 targets a game. Who knows what's going on with Oakland? But yeah, I believe in it. We got 2 more games to go. Our next game.
Probably, I think, the closest game of the week.
Yeah, I love this. I love this game. It's Beth versus my dad, Alan. Beth, I love Leonard Fournette, and the fact that you got him is impressive. However, this week, if he doesn't play, Chris Ivory is your man. Like, you're man.
You saw that sneaky pickup. Yes.
If you don't get him, Chris or Cohen, he's versatile enough, I guess, to replace him, but definitely try, like, till the last second. You need to pay attention this week. Not many people need to pay attention to the very last second. With Leonard Fournette, you need to pay attention to the very last second because he is their offense.
Didn't practice Friday, baby.
If he's not, I don't care. You put somebody in.
Shouldn't be so happy about
who I like,
injured.
Dez. I like Dak. Dez is his man, and he's going up against San Fran. People are like, oh, San Fran, to get run all over. No, they actually don't. They get passed all over, and some of those passes go to the running backs. So, hence, Dez Bryant is going to get some shit. Pardon my language. He's going to get a touchdown. Dez Bryant's going to do well for you, Beth. Dad, we talked earlier. You picked up Kittle. You thought I was going to talk crap about Kittle. I agree on picking up Kittle for the same reason you did. He is with a quarterback that he played with in college. I like that. If it doesn't work out this week, guess what? I'm not going to like it. It's common sense. I see it. It's been working. I'm going to play with it. If it doesn't work this week, I'm going to go away from it. I'll find something else. But in my ESPN league, I'm playing Kittle. You're playing him in this one. I don't mind it. Because commonly, from a tight end perspective, we're looking for 10 points. If Kittle gets you 10 points, you did it. Good job. Amen, brother.
What?
I got crap on myself.
Oh, the ring. Yeah.
I told you Vereen was going to go off. You know who went off? Darkwa. You know who I mentioned, though? You know who... go back and watch the video. It was the last video. I said, if you're looking for somebody... I said Darkwa. I said his name. But don't praise me for it. Don't crucify me for it. I did say his name, though. I spat it out there because I realized what could have happened. I just did not expect the Broncos to lose to the Giants. If you are one of those people and you thought it was obvious,
you want some money in
then
Vegas.
You can sacrifice me all you want and then go work for ESPN. Okay? Because that's who it takes.
To be fair.
Beyond that, if you predicted that, you are more lucky than you are good.
To be fair.
Honestly.
What I think their basis of it was he had Jalen Richardson, who did not score more than Shane Vereen, surprisingly. He actually scored negative points. So we were correct on that.
Yeah, he told me. I talked to him about it. He's like, it's okay, though, because who I had in actually scored less than 0.4. Right?
Yeah, so actually, Alan, we were correct about that. And, by the way, you're lucky because Marshawn Lynch is going to be out next week. So you got a running back for another week. It's going to be decent.
Right.
All right.
Jalen Richard. Play Jalen Richard. That's going to be
We were giving you so much crap about picking him up. But now it looks great.
But, and we'll talk about that later. Let me finish reading what I wrote down because I wrote a lot about this. Okay. Obviously, Eli Manning didn't score 0. Anyways, I have no love, negatively. I don't have love for Jaguars wide receivers. Vereen will be useful. However, this week, I pick Robert Woods as your... He should replace your Jaguars. Marquise Lee. All right, anyways, we have, one more matchup to talk about?
Can I do Allen?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Go.
All right, so
My
bad.
My bad.
I'm the same way. I like Dez, just same reason he does. The one thing I'm going to talk about that he didn't talk about is I'm not a fan of Ty Montgomery this week. I know Aaron Jones is going to be out, but Ty Montgomery broke ribs, guys. He broke his ribs.
I agree.
And I just don't trust it. I don't trust it. Like, he's going to get in that game, and he could do perfectly fine. I'm not saying, but I wouldn't risk my week of fantasy football on a guy who broke his ribs.
They have practice with him, which is scary.
People
but
aren't
I
hitting you
agree.
in practice.
I agree.
Knowing you got broke
he's
ribs.
not. I have him in another league, and I'm not playing him.
If you're on my team and you got broke ribs and you're my starting running back, I'm not hitting you in the ribs.
Pull it up. Yeah, I know.
All right. And then Allen, dude, man, I hated it for you last week. I mean, I loved it for me because Mark Ingram got the bonus check for the Saints, getting all those points. And Drew Brees and Michael Thomas didn't do jack because they didn't have to. I think you get a bounce back this week. I think Michael Thomas and Drew Brees have a really good day up in Green Bay. And then I'm going to talk about the Kittle thing. I mean, I don't hate it. I get it, okay? But I feel like Zach Miller is a better play.
Okay.
That's all. Like,
that's exactly who I mentioned. Like the only tight end I mentioned was Zach Miller.
If I had to pick between the two of them,
I picked up Kittle.
I'd play Zach Miller.
Okay.
Just purely because there's no one else to throw to in Chicago. Okay. All right. And but yeah, I kind of have Allen winning this one. I'm not gonna lie. Like I feel good about this.
You do?
Yeah.
Fournette, I think it's all.
Yeah,
if Fournette plays,
plays,
I go with Beth because that's a 10 to 15 point swing. But.
And so now we're going to talk about my favorite matchup of the week because I got to talk about.
This is a good one. Jeremy versus Brandon.
I got to talk about my boy Jeremy Rojo real quick. I don't know how you got this lucky, man. Because you got lucky because you either watched the video or you just made the move on your own. I'm not sure. But last week we told you, if I had to, I'd start Deshaun Watson over Aaron Rodgers.
All him.
Now, I'm not saying Aaron Rodgers wouldn't have done better, but he got hurt. So you saved your day right there by playing Deshaun Watson. And now you're so lucky that Deshaun Watson's on his bye. Aaron Rodgers is gone. And you had Tyrod Taylor playing against the Buccaneers. Like, dude, you can't get lucky in that. Like, the fantasy gods are just looking down on you. So you're deep. But on that note, I like Carlos Hyde this week. I know I've been talking about some San Fran Dallas stuff, but I think that could be a pretty decent game. I like Carlos Hyde. You need a defense, by the way. Houston, just like Deshaun Watson.
Houston's not that untouchable that you can't drop them and you'll just forfeit a week. Pick somebody up.
I'm not saying drop them, but you can go pick someone, drop somebody else, and pick someone else.
Right. Correct.
But and then also you got a Tyler. I think it's Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett's in your flex. I don't hate, me, I'm a huge Tyler Lockett fan. But if I actually had to pick this week, I'd play Mike Wallace because Macklin, I'm almost positive, is not going to play. And even though I don't trust the Baltimore offense that much, if you only got one wide receiver, you only got one wide receiver, and he's going to get more points. So there you go. Brandon, I'm just going to start off with, you're an idiot. Eli Manning did not even pass for over 200. He won the game. I'm not going to discount him for winning the game. Just like I said, I didn't think he'd pass for more than 200 yards, and he didn't.
He did it.
And
he did it.
You picked him over Carr. I don't know if you just weren't paying attention. Either way.
Or if you like penis.
We're not sure.
AKA you're gay, you're coming out of the closet. Not saying anything against gay people. I don't want anybody to be all pissed off about this video, but...
So I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't write this down, but I'm just thinking on the top of my head here. I'd go play McCown. He's thrown for over 300 yards 2 games in a row.
Jets? All right.
I just would. You better off.
Yeah, yeah.
Benjamin is question mark, and the way I know the Carolina Panthers, they do this, they won't practice that Wednesday or Thursday, and then they'll come in for a light practice Friday to see how it feels, and they won't tell anybody. And then come Sunday, the dude ain't playing. I'm not saying he's not for sure out, but keep an eye on it. And if he's out, you ain't got a choice. You got to put in Cooper Kupp and play him. Because Sammy will get Peterson because he's clearly the better. I mean, he's the best wide receiver on the team.
Maybe.
He's not
if
getting
don't. 37 points.
Um,
It's your gamble, not mine.
but yeah, so there's
It's your gamble, not mine, and that's what I knew from the beginning of the year.
But unfortunately for you, Brandon, Jeremy's gonna win this one.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Jeremy, Tyrod Taylor, yes, best backup you could possibly have right now. He is the best backup you could possibly have right now. Over half your team. I don't think they reached their projection. I think you need to put in Bilal Powell. I think Julio Jones needs to ball out. And from what I've seen so far this year, who knows what's going to happen on Sunday, but this year, I'm not in love with your team. I'm not. You know whose team I'm in love with? I like Brandon. Brandon, I'm about to spit. I'm about to spit some mad knowledge. Here you go.
Can't sit.
All about some mad knowledge here.
It's not backwards.
They know what their team looks like. All right, listen to me. If you want to be competitive, Brandon, you have a plethora.
You do.
You have a ton of running backs, in my opinion. Okay, so let's look at this. There is no excuse you should be playing Eli Manning. You should be playing one of the other quarterbacks, or you should be playing Carr. Okay, so Cooper, maybe he does good. I would excuse you if you're playing him. Carr. If you have somebody else in, other than Eli Manning, I can excuse you. I can't do anything about the others. Your running backs, however, whoever you choose, I will agree with. However, this is how I would put it. Gordon, number 1. Howard, number 2. Kamara and Thompson, all 4 of them are tied for your running back position. My big call out. You can't call out 4.
You can't.
You definitely can't call out 5. And number 5. The number 5 is Derrick Henry. I would play Derrick Henry over all of them. Simply because you have to win. And if you are going to be competitive, if you're going to beat me in this league, you need Derrick Henry to be a baller.
Which he can be. Like I
Which
love
he
Derrick
can
Henry.
be.
I love Derrick
And you
Henry.
need him to start right now. So Derrick Henry needs to be number 1. Thompson needs to be number 2. Gordon needs to be number 3. If you can get that matchup, you'll beat me. However, Kamara will be number 2 and Howard will be number 3. You figured out what you need to win.
You figure it out.
This week, I don't think it's going to take a lot to win. If you play Derek Carr, it would take absolutely nothing with those running backs to win. But you didn't. You played Manning, so have fun with those 9 points.
If that.
However, with our final thoughts. Woo! Final thoughts.
Yeah.
Best of the best. What's your best of the best, Kenny?
My best.
Who's your for sure gonna do good for somebody?
I think Garcon for Matt. I'm pretty happy about that. I'm playing in a lot of my daily fantasies. I think Garcon has a big game.
Oh, against me. That's against me because I don't have that written down anywhere.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. My best of the best. I actually like against you, Demaryius Thomas. He doesn't have Emmanuel Sanders. He has absolutely no competition. But if I didn't want to see him out of spot, I would pick Gronk because Gronk's playing the Falcons. The Falcons
I can get down with either.
suck against tight end.
If I had to pick a second best, it would be AJ Green. Like
Really?
I'm close to saying that one's gonna
Okay.
happen.
Okay. Hey, nothing against you. Is AJ Green going to do better than Antonio Brown? They're against each other. Right? I hate football.
In PPR, no.
No.
In standard, yes. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, whatever. I'll pay attention to that. Best of the best, I picked Demaryius Thomas. Like, if you're going value-wise, Demaryius Thomas, Tom Brady, you pick...
What?
Who do you pick? Like value, like
Oh,
best
if
of the best.
Oh no, Demaryius Thomas. Like,
Demaryius,
yeah.
okay. So we agree that who's worst of the worst? Like he's probably in a lot, and you should not pick him. I'm Andre Ellington, man. Andre Ellington last week. I said do not play. He's 18 points, not a chance in hell. You said I love him.
I do.
He literally picked up 0.
Like I said, it's the game script. You know, I mean, I can't project that. I can't predict that. You know, it's one of those. That's fantasy football for you right there. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I can agree with that. That could be a worse call. Like, you know, that he actually gets his 8 points, or that, you know, you say he can only get 8, and the dude scores 25.
Right. You know, I don't expect Ellington to score 0 again. However, I do not. Ellington is not a factor for me anymore. Like, it's done. If I'm Blake, I went for it. I failed. Right now, you failed, Blake. You need to trade. You need to trade with Brandon. If you want to know what's going to save your season, you guys need to talk. If they're not going to trade, all 3 of y'all are out, and it makes my job a lot easier. So, Kenny, you got any more notes?
My worst pick of the week is probably going to be picking Mike Wallace over Tyler Lockett. Like, if I had to pick one that, like, I think could pan out to be bad. But I still do it.
Sure.
I just that one.
I'm okay with that.
But and then you know, the Dez call out. Me and you both love Dez.
This is gonna be a fun week though.
Me and you both love Dez, but that dude is prone
with
to like
death. Against my dad.
That dude is prone to having the best matchup and then not doing jack.
Is that the week? Okay, so that's the matchup of the week that I think. Okay, so I have Brandon. I have Beth and Allen as the toss up. Chris and Al, I guess I'd go up against Ethan. Chris and Ethan, I'd go
Actually,
Ethan.
I think all right, so let's just put it this way. If Jameis plays and he gets put in Jameis,
no.
I like
he's
Crow.
not. He's
You don't
not.
think he's gonna
Okay, Ethan, even if James plays, Ethan has Doug Martin.
See,
I'm going to go Rob, Erica, myself, Ethan, Brandon, and Beth and Allen is the matchup of the week.
Here you're going to make something interesting just for Ethan's sake, because I disagree with you on this one. You want to make a water bet that we still have to do some, that CJ does better than Doug Martin?
CJ
Anderson.
CJ Anderson does. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, video, baby.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Put it this way. I am 2-0 in water bets. He thinks
CJ Anderson does better than
Anderson does better than Doug Martin.
I'm
going to write that down.
The Chargers' run defense is atrocious. I don't care if there are 3 of them. 3 of them might do better than Doug Martin. But I'm going to go with CJ. Okay.
Muscle Hamster's going to kick some ass. Easy, baby. All right. Let us know any questions that I have about my